Hello Scorpio, thank you for joining me for your weekly reading. So I'm taking a look at what is going on for the 28th of September to the 5th of October. As always, timestamps in the bottom in my description box, okay, if you want to skip through anything. Right, so you've got the zebra. Please don't take the piss. I call it a zebra. I know you guys might call it a zebra. I call it a zebra. I'm in the UK, that's my defense. Open-mindedness, well, there you go. Right, so there is more than one way of looking at things, and there is more than one way of pronouncing words. You must be ready to accept alternative viewpoints and new ideas. You must open your eyes to new ideas and new ways of resolving problems. Okay, so it's kind of repeated itself there. Basically, this one, it reminds me of Aquarius type energy, right? Because I don't know if anyone else has got the Wild Unknown deck, and the zebra in there. It is ruled by Aquarius because it's Uranus type energy, right? And where they get that from is the eccentricity and the rebellion energy, right? Humanitarian service sort of thing. So that's all associated with this zebra energy. Now, what they're saying is to definitely keep an open mind, because there is more than one way to do things, right? Say, for example, you're stuck, right? You're stuck in a situation, you don't know how to get through it, probably wanting to just throw in the towel and quit and give up, right? That's not going to be an option. That's literally what this energy is telling you, Scorpio, okay? Quitting is not going to be an option. You've got to think differently about the situation at hand in order to find a solution. And it's not necessarily going to be the most obvious answer to it as well. That's why they're telling you to remain open-minded. And there is rebellion with this energy, right? So with you being a Scorpio, being a rebel is like your second nature, right? So tap into that this week, because you are going to have to be a bit of a rebel, right? In order for you to find solutions and resolve whatever this is that's going on in your life right now that you're feeling stuck on, okay? This can also indicate interesting conversations with individuals that can perhaps help you to see things differently, right? So if you're one of these Scorpios that is, more traditional, more set in your ways, then there's interesting conversations with people this week that's going to help you to see different viewpoints, okay? And that can work the other way too, right? You might well find yourself in conversations with people who are rigid and stuck in their ways, and you opening up their minds to new ways of doing things, okay? So you've got to use your discernment with these readings, because they are general readings. This energy could flow either way, okay? It can go either way. We're going to find out more about this as we pull more cards, because you do tend to find that the more cards we pull, the more pieces of the puzzle start to click into place, okay? So we'll move on to your rune, and then we'll get your healing crystal, followed by strongest energy, and of course the tarot, guidance, all that good stuff. Right. Okay, 2 rune cards. Naudis and Niflheim, or Niflheimir. What's under there? Jotunheim, or Jotunheimir. Land of the Giants. Yeah, problems, obstacles, things happening that could not possibly have been predicted. Okay, expect the unexpected with Jotunheim. It's also a reminder that there is no problem, no issue that is bigger than you are. Okay? That's Jotunheim. Naudis. That can indicate accidents. So this week, Scorpio, please do consider slowing down, okay? When you're driving, anything like that, make sure that you're giving yourself extra travel time, Don't feel tempted to like pull out of junctions in front of people, that sort of thing, okay? Just give yourself a lot of time, a lot of space. And I want to say as well, mistakes are likely, very, very likely going to happen this week, okay? You've got to give yourself breathing space, okay? This is a difficult energy nowadays. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, okay? It literally says accidents, obstacles, suffering, and hopelessness, okay? Now here's the thing. Slow down. Take your time with everything this week, Scorpio. There is no rush, okay? There's no rush. You might be feeling like you are in a race against time. Maybe you have to meet very stringent time frames for stuff, okay? Again, make sure that you're giving yourself extra time to complete your tasks this week. Because if you rush, you are going to be likely to make more mistakes, and more mistakes means you have to go back over what you've just done to try and rectify the mistakes made. And ultimately, if you rush anything this week, Scorpio, the chances are extremely high that it's actually going to cost you more in time if you rush. Right? That's what this one's saying. That's why it's one of those messages where it's a little bit more difficult to deliver, because obviously everybody wants these happy-go-lucky, upbeat readings, right? It's understandable. But you know what? It's also not that's not reality, okay? Life can't always be that way. Therefore, the tarot isn't always going to be that way, okay? Sometimes the messages in tarot, they do come out to serve as warnings so that we know exactly what to avoid, okay? Because what is tarot? It's a temperature check. It's a temperature check. So, you can avoid this if you just slow down and give yourself more time and breathing space, okay? And then you've got Niflheim, veiled in chilling fog, and mystery. So the important message to hold on to with Niflheim, veiled in chilling fog and mystery. It's the land of ice. It's the land of ice. So this is not going to be the week, Scorpio, for you to start any brand new projects, because it's the land of ice, not the land of fire. Right? This, Scorpio, is asking for you to focus on anything that you have got currently left open. This is going to be the week for completing stuff, completing current projects that are already opened, rather than starting new ones, okay? Tying off any sort of loose ends, anything like that. And again, it's a reminder that not everything can be predicted, because it's the land of mystery and the land of fog. You can't see very well through fog. Oftentimes you have to just sort of sit down and wait for the fog to clear, instead of trying to charge through it, right? Any of you guys out there who drive and you've had to drive through thick fog, you're going to know that energy, right? Because you would have lived it in real time, right? You cannot drive quickly 60 miles an hour through thick fog. That's literally waiting for an accident to happen, right? It's almost encouraging an accident to happen. So when you're driving through fog, you've got to slow it right down. Okay? This energy, because this is about your life this week, either slow down, but preferably stop, pause, take a breather, and preferably wait for that fog to lift, right? How is that going to manifest in your life in real time? Likely through an unexpected situation playing out this week. You didn't see it coming. You hadn't made provisions for it happening, right? And you going, okay, do you know what? Instead of me charging through this issue because I'm unclear fully on what exactly is going on, so instead of charging on ahead, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a couple of days, and I'm going to wait and see until I can get a better understanding, a full grasp of this situation in its totality before I do anything, right? Really, really intriguing message here that's coming through for you guys. So, I'm going to take a look at your healing crystal. And again, I've already got 1,000 questions to put to the tarot for this one. So I'm going to put that one up there as a reminder that not everything can be predicted for. And you know what? That's okay. That's absolutely okay. You're not going to be able to charge through everything at 60 odd mile an hour. Okay? This week, Scorpio, you're definitely being asked to slow down. Right, healing crystal. Let's take a look. Please do bear with me with this deck. As I always say with this deck, I love it. Okay, the messages in this deck are absolutely beautiful. I really just dislike the card stock and the card shape that they've chosen because it's so difficult to handle. So you're going to have to put up with awkward shuffling here just for a little bit. Right, we're going to take that one. We are going to take that top one. You've got 3 of them. I've just messed that deck up. Why they didn't just make it regular card shape, I don't know. Right, so I will do these 2 intuitively, but we're taking this one as your full healing crystal. So your first one is Rhodochrist. Okay, Rhodochrist, that's what it looks like. And its topics cover relationships, healing, and karmic lessons associated with Leo, Scorpio, and the planet Mars. Right, so double Scorpio energy. Right, this one indicates that you could well be attracting soulmates into your life at this time, Scorpio. And if you're already dealing with if you're already dealing with a soulmate, hey, it might end up being another Scorpio or a Leo. You never know. There was an interesting slip up there that I did, wasn't there? If you're already dealing with a soulmate, then that relationship's going to strengthen this week. Okay, this one is all about compassion, self-love, heart healing, and karmic lessons. And then you've got Amethyst Phantom Quartz. Now, I've never heard of Amethyst Phantom Quartz. That's what it looks like. And this one covers topics of expression, gifts, and originality. Well, there we go. And looky here, Aquarius energy, right? It's also associated with Virgo, Capricorn, and Pisces, Jupiter, and Neptune. And this one is saying that it helps you to open up your crown chakra. Right? So there's a lot of spiritual energy that's coming through with this one. Right, so there's 2 bonus ones. I'll leave those down there, but your full healing message, it's going to be the cat's eye for agility, intuition, and protection. And it says, evoking the bright eyes of a cat, cat's eye is used as a talisman to ward off and protect against any evil. So the first thing I'm going to say here, Scorpio, there might well be one of those signs that I've already mentioned. I'll run through them again just in case anyone needs a reminder. A Leo, another Scorpio, it could be yourself, right? You might well be your own worst enemy this week. Again, I'm not taking anything off the table. It's possible, right? There could be another Scorpio, a Leo, a Virgo, a Capricorn. Heavy emphasis on Aquarius and Pisces. that might be working against you in some capacity, that could be sending you a bit of spite or jealousy, a bit of the old evil eye, right? They're saying here that cat's eye can help ward all of that off. And I'll tell you as well, Scorpio, you can go one step further than that as well. If you are one of these Scorpios that does genuinely feel like you are under some kind of attack, or if you're dealing with spiteful people, what you can do is you can get yourself a piece of black tourmaline and just keep it in your pocket, okay, or under your pillow as you sleep. In your car as well, leave it in your car. I don't think I've got it here, actually. Is that it? Is that the one? Yeah, that's a black tourmaline. Or indeed any black stone, okay? That is an immediate return to sender. So I'll leave that one there for you. So you can harness that energy. If you don't have one, you can harness the energy of that throughout this reading. Yeah, I'll leave it there. Maybe pop it there, right? It's an immediate return to sender, basically, without you having to do anything, okay? Any sort of negative energies or intentions sent to you, it gets sent straight back, right? It absorbs negativity. That's what your black does. That's why you'll normally find that some of us readers will wear a black thread on their wrist when they're reading tarot. It's just, you know, you can call it superstition, whatever you like, but I feel it helps. Other readers feel that it helps them, so that's why we do it. So just a return to sender, keeps the bad shit away, okay? Apparently cat's eye can help out with that too. So it can ward off and protect against any evil or any unforeseen danger coming your way. Now, what did I literally just tell you, Scorpio, about nowadays? And this one, Niflheim. Unforeseen danger. Not everything can be predicted for. We literally just told you that, didn't we? It increases agility, allowing you to fly beneath the radar of your enemies. So it's like a cloaking effect. Okay, and progress ahead of your competitors. Cat's eye enhances night vision, giving you the ability to see through the shadows in higher definition, and access the heightened levels of your intuition by opening the crown chakra. Remember, that's why I left these cards on the table. Your amethyst phantom quartz can take you one step further to help you open up your crown chakra even more. Now, I fully appreciate not everybody does subscribe to the belief in the chakras, okay? That's absolutely fine. That's not a problem. It works for some people. It's not necessarily going to work for everybody, right? So obviously these crystal healing messages are for those who genuinely feel, do you know what? Yeah, I could do with a little bit extra protection right now, or do you know what? Yeah, I could do with a little bit of extra help to help make me a clear channel for spirit and for spiritual messages. I'm going to use that phantom quartz there, help open up my crown chakra. Okay, you've got to just use your discernment. Okay, so yeah. It also says that cat's eye is regenerative. That's literally what your sign is all about, Scorpio. You're the 8th house energy. You're all about rebirth, regrowth, reinvention, regeneration. Yeah? That's literally the soul journey of every single Scorpio on the planet. And how to start transmuting negative energy into something that is more beautiful, more positive, more healing, and more helpful. Right? It's that energy transmutation. Helping you to regain what was once lost. And this one is associated with Leo and Venus. So you might have Leo in your Venus placement, right? Don't worry about it if you don't. That's just relevant for some of you guys, not all of you, right? I find it intriguing how it says helping you to regain what was once lost. So is it possible that one of these signs that I've mentioned there from your past took something from you? And I don't mean a physical thing, I mean a spiritual thing. They took something from you. So this week is all about slowing down and healing whatever it was that was spiritually taken from you a few years ago. And I do feel that whoever that was, Scorpio, is still being a shitbag. They're still being a shitbag. So what we'll do, I'll leave the cat's eye up there. So again, just in case anybody doesn't have access to it, you can still harness that energy, right? Through focusing on that throughout the read. We're going to pull the tarot. We'll see what comes out, okay? Right, let's go. Strongest energy for Scorpio, please. For the week of 28th of September to the 5th of October. What is it Scorpio needs to know about this week? Oh, okay, so straight away. The deck's being really difficult. The deck's being difficult. So somebody's being difficult. With that message, Scorpio, avoid making things even more difficult for yourself. That's why they keep telling you, you guys, this week, you're going to have to slow down with everything that you do. Right? You got the Lovers, Six of Fire, the Dreamer, which is the Fool, King of Air, the Sun, and the Ace of Air. There's air sign energy. You got Gemini, Six of Fire, that's Leo, that's Aquarius, that's Leo, that's air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Heavy Leo, heavy Aquarius energy. Let's take it from the top. The Lovers, Archangel Raphael. Intimate relationships, carefully weigh your decisions and good health. With the Six of Fire. Victory, good news is on its way. Public recognition or rewards with a leap of faith. Follow your dreams and unexpected opportunities, right? So for some of you, this is indicating there's a very real possibility here of a new romantic relationship. Not for everybody, right? For others, this is indicating that there's an important conversation here with an individual that you used to have a significant relationship with. And if it feels like there's closure. It feels like there's closure here that's coming in for anybody who is needing it, right? For anybody who felt like they were struggling to give themselves some kind of closure, there's a conversation here with a significant individual, quite possibly an air sign, that provides you with that closure that you've been needing. Okay, and then you've got speak your mind with confidence, seek professional advice, balance your mental and emotional considerations. So everything that you do this week, Scorpio, make sure that you're being logical and reasonable, right? With your conversations, make sure that you're articulating yourself correctly. The Sun, Archangel Uriel. I'm going to go in depth with every single one of these cards in a minute, okay? I'm just getting the strongest overall shit out first. Happy outcome. Brilliant new ideas that lead to success. So have confidence in yourself. Right? And then an Ace of Air. Brilliant new ideas and inspirations. Seeking the... not seeking. Oh, so there's another slip of the tongue. So you're currently seeking the truth of a situation, and at the moment, that it's like that information, that clarity is not coming through. Well, by the end of this week, you will be seeing the truth of a situation and no longer seeking the truth of a situation. And it also says a challenging beginning. Right, let's do the in-depth now. Okay, so what's this lover's energy? This intimate relationships, carefully weighing your decisions and good health for Scorpio, please. What do they need to weigh their decisions about? Four of Swords, more air energy. Reconsidering a decision to do with another person. Now, I'm kind of feeling like someone else is hoping that you're going to reconsider your opinion of them, your viewpoint of them. I'm just going to open that door for a minute, Scott. Okay, sorry about the interruption there. Right, so, as I was saying, Scorpio, I am getting this overwhelming message of an individual that you used to deal with is hoping that you're going to reconsider your stance with them, right? Now, here's the thing, because you've already had the message of, like, enemies and this, that, and the next. I'm thinking that this is an individual who has gone up against you, right? They have acted in such a way that you could only now describe them as being an enemy because of their own behavior towards you, if you recall the messages in these healing crystals, right? I feel strongly like there's a conversation with that person this week that you were not expecting. It's going to take you by surprise, and you might even view it as a bit of a disaster, the fact that they were able to get a message through to you, right? So I'm going to backtrack ever so slightly because now that lovers is being clarified with that Four of Swords. Before I was disturbed by one of the cats. I'm going to backtrack ever so slightly now that I've seen that message, Scorpio, and ask about that enemy energy. So if you bear with me just for a minute. So can you tell us more about that enemy energy that surrounds Scorpio, please? Is there anything you can tell us? What are we allowed to see? Thank you. A Seven of Pentacles. They're saying it was a long-term investment that you made in someone, and now they have been considered an enemy for a long time. Possibly 7 years or more. Anything else you can tell us about this enemy energy around Scorpio? I'm not going to stick in that energy for too long, Scorpio, okay? I'm just going to get you enough information so that we can move on with the messages, right? The Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. It's pleasure, it's happiness, it's recognition, it's satisfaction. Now, these two cards are more sort of inherently good and positive, right? Which tells me that this individual sees that you're happy. They've seen your growth, I nearly said something else. I nearly said process. But I didn't want to say process. I wanted to say progress. So that could also be an enemy in business if they're watching your process. Who's to know? But I do feel like they are now seeing you differently. Right? I feel that super, super strong. They see you differently. They're not, or they're no longer classing you as their enemy. Because this energy here is telling me that that person's now considering you as an ally. Which is really, really intriguing. Six of Fire, victory. Good news is on its way. Public recognition or awards. So yeah, let's move on to that one. What's this victory for Scorpio, please? Thank you. You don't, yeah, you don't have to fight anymore. Okay? You don't have to fight anymore. The Seven of Wands is coming out. Squiffy. Not everything needs to be a fight. Not everything needs to be a battle. And with all of the air energy, this could have been a battle of wits. It's over. It's over. This is metaphorically laying down weapons. There is the message here of reaching some sort of peace deal. And that's good news. You're being recognized for all of the hard work and dedication that you've already been putting in. You don't have to fight anymore. What's this unexpected opportunity for Scorpio that's coming in with this dreamer, please? What's this unexpected opportunity? Oh, the Six of Cups. Past energy. A past person could be presenting an unexpected opportunity, or this is like a past skill, a past talent that you're breathing life back into. Fireworks. I don't know why we got fireworks going on outside. But again, everything that happens during the reading, Scorpio, it is part of your read because it's all energy. It's all about perspective, right? Fireworks are disruptive to some and very, very beautiful to others. It's past energy tied up with a new opportunity. Let's get another card on that one. Why is there past energy tied up with the new opportunity for Scorp? Thank you. They're saying up. So that whatever this is, it's upright. 10 of Pentacles. There's the very real potential, Scorpio, for you to earn a lot, and I mean a lot of money, and achieve a lot of growth through a skill that you have previously rendered. Oh, fuck it, I'm just going to leave that in the past, right? This is all about temporarily revisiting your past to pull out whatever that skill or talent is and bring it into your present day. Now, I don't know what that is. It could be maybe you used to sing. Maybe you were an incredible dancer. Maybe you're a phenomenal visual artist. Maybe you used to read tarot. It could literally be anything. You're going to know what that skill or talent is that you had abandoned and rendered to the past. Almost afraid to breathe life back into it. Apparently, that's exactly what you're needing to do this week, Scorpio. Now, it isn't starting anything new. It isn't starting a new project. It's temporarily revisiting your past so that you can pull out that skill or that talent and utilize that in your present day moment and earn a phenomenal amount of money through doing it. Okay? It's going to be different things for all of you. But that's where your unexpected opportunity is. It's from something or someone in the past. It's not often that I get that message out. It's very, very rare that that kind of message will come out. Because it's very rare that much good can come from the past. Right, Scorpio? Apparently, in your energy, there's a hidden gold mine in your past that you need to breathe life into. This King of Air is asking for brilliance, for you to remain impartial, for you to be professional and diplomatic. Okay? Speak your mind with confidence. If needed, seek out professional advice. Right? What is your head telling you? What is your heart telling you? Are these two things in alignment with each other? Can you tell us more about this King of Air? For speak your mind. The Six of Pentacles. Yeah, that's like the Justice card. But to a slightly lesser degree, because it's still balance, fairness and equality. This one's more to do with self-effort though. Okay. Giving and receiving help. Giving and receiving help. Seek out professional advice. You have another card for this one, please. This King of Air with the Six of Pentacles for Scorpio. Oh, another air sign. Queen of Swords this time. So the King and the Queen of Swords. I do feel like there is resentments being laid to rest, like there is the end of an argument, like there is a new agreement here that is being forged between yourself and another individual. And I do feel that that new agreement with this individual, it is very long lasting. It ensures a future of peace. And then you've got growth and abundance, happiness, joy, optimism with the sun energy. A happy outcome. Again, that agreement could be in business or private life. But reaching that agreement is the important message here. Because it's reaching that agreement that brings this happy outcome. You tell us more about the sun for Scorpio, please. The World, yeah. End of a difficult cycle. The World is a card of victory, you know. It's tying off loose ends. Nothing's left open-ended. There's a full conclusion here. It's closure. The World is closure. Brilliant news, ideas and inspirations. Seeing the truth of a situation. So, Spirit, can you help Scorpio see the truth of a situation, please? Can you focus on that for us? The Chariot. Could be something to do with a Cancerian. You might have Cancerian placements in your own chart. But ultimately, it's seeing the truth of a situation. So now, you and whoever this other individual is that's shown out in your reading are able to move forward. They're also saying, because that's Pegasus. That's Pegasus in that card. And then you got two unicorns, right? Unicorns indicate rarity magic and miracles, and then getting something up off the ground with Pegasus. So there's a rare opportunity with a very unexpected individual who at one point they were dead set against you. They have now become some sort of an ally here. And there's emphasis on the rarity of that. And through that partnership, you're able to get something off the ground. Can you tell us, thank you. Yeah, justice. There it is. A balancing out of their energies. Things being put right. That can also indicate karma. The karmic scales balancing out. Someone seeing the truth of a situation that might well have been horrifically unfair. There's the righting of a wrong. Yeah. The Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Compassion, love, healing. Right? In a romantic reading, that would be a romantic proposal. That would be getting asked out on a date, right? The context of this reading says, Scorpio, there's a newfound sense of belonging that's coming through this week, right? There's new information that's coming through about an individual who up until now you have been viewing as being an enemy. They are demonstrating compassion and understanding towards you, and you're demonstrating compassion and understanding towards them. There's like a new deal, a new friendship, a new partnership, or something like that that's being forged this week. Which is why it's imperative that you do not make decisions like that. Because we've already been told right at the start of your reading the importance of you slowing down, the importance of clarity, the importance of you have to wait for a minute before you do say or decide anything. And it's the person on the planet that you would least expect to hear from right now. Now, on a personal level for you, I don't know who the frick that is. I haven't a clue. Right? It is someone who's still on this planet, so they are still alive, they are still around. It's possibly an air sign or a Leo. You're not expecting to hear from them. Because up until now, you both have been seeing each other as mortal enemies. Oh, it never started off that way. It never started off that way. But it certainly ended up in a situation where it became that way. I'm hoping that that's enough of a description so that you'll know who this person is. Okay. A wrong is being put right. And it's very significant and very unexpected. Very unexpected. Okay, let's take a look at healing message. So yeah, closure. That's what this week's going to be all about, Scorpio. Can I have a healing message for Scorpio, please? Okay. The law of attraction. Moon mastery. Right, let's take a look. I'm no good at finding the cards in this deck. Because it's the way that the deck is all laid out. I might have to, I'll just go to this bit instead. Let me see. What is it? The law of attraction. Okay, found it. Right. So this one says, Scorpio, whatever you want, you can make it happen. Trust yourself and your power to create. Work your magic. You have mystical powers that you have used in the past and that you can call upon again now. This card calls on you to work with the law of attraction. The more that you believe in yourself and your power to create, the more that you will actually see that you're already doing that. So do it consciously. The intentions that you set for yourself have untold powers. We humans do not realize how powerful we are until we start to play with our magical energies. Embody your intentions now and work towards them in whatever practical way that you can as you move in the direction of your goals. Start by becoming really clear about your desires. Once you have that clarity, write down your wishes at the next new moon. And just by doing that, you will galvanize your intentions and steer your next steps. Visualizing your dreams will also help you to achieve whatever you're aiming for right now. Feel your wishes as being real and feel them as already being true. Feel it in your body. You can create your desired outcome. Additional meanings for this card: you have made magic before and you can make it again. Expecting the best will often attract it. Self-doubt stops manifestations. Distance yourself from naysayers and speak your intentions into being. Okay. So this one, Scorpio, is a reminder for you to tap in to your own magic. Right. Okay, so let's take a look at some wonderful words of wisdom from the shitty deck for a little bit of uplifting fun. Okay, so what did you get? If you want to soar, if you want to climb that mountain, run faster than you have ever ran, you need to get rid of all of the shit that weighs you down. Yeah, which is self-doubt. Self-doubt and fear. Those are the main things that are going to weigh you down quicker than anybody else can. Right? It's like, yeah, people can criticize you until you're blue in the face, but ultimately it's your self-doubt and your own self-criticisms that's going to hold you back. Right? So chuckle that away. And believe in your own magic. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys this week. I genuinely hope that that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.